Ezat, and I work with the RISE team to design and implement the selection process. I'm also joined today by two of my colleagues. Anna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Anna. I'm the selection coordinator for the RISE team. It's really nice to see so many of you here today. Welcome to the session.
Thank you, Anna. I'm also joined by Nick.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick, Senior Manager for Selection on the RISE programme, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of your ideas, thoughts and questions today, so welcome everyone.
Thank you very much, Anna, Nick, for introducing yourself, and for everybody who is here, welcome to the first workshop. This workshop is the first in a series of workshops, which will aim to help you complete your RISE projects. The workshop is complementary to the ThinkSheets provided to you via the online application platform. Very shortly, I'll also show you on the online application platform where you can find those ThinkSheets and how you can use both the ThinkSheets and the workshops that we're delivering today and following on every week. We'll start today with an overview of the RISE challenge, and then specifically use today's session for the focus part of the RISE project. The RISE project is going to be a sequential process, and each step builds on the previous one. So from focus to research, to design, and plan, and act and reflect. Right, so in each session that we are, or each workshop that we will be doing together, we'll be focusing on one part of the RISE project. Now, you might have noticed that there are two types of workshops that we're doing, or two types of sessions that we're doing every week. Some are called workshops, which will have the focus, research, design, plan, and so on. And these will be really to inform you of what we are looking for in the RISE project, but also get you in a workshop kind of smaller breakout room sessions with the rest of the group. Whereas the drop-in clinics is dedicated to answer your questions and maybe even answer your specific questions in the context of your project and the context of the challenges that you are facing. So this is the difference between the two. Today is a workshop on the focus area of the project. We will also today have a chance to go into smaller breakout rooms to share the focus area of your project with 5 to 6 others who are on this call. So let's kick this off with a quick overview of what the RISE project looks like. So just a reminder that the RISE project is a part of the RISE challenge, right? So the RISE challenge is the RISE project, and also the quiz and the game and other elements that you're doing as part of your journey with RISE. Because the part where the RISE project is the 3 parts that are specifically on your project. And there is the focus and research, which is on establishing a focus area for your RISE project, presenting an overview of your research. So you do your research and give us an overview, either in the video that you're recording or the text, if you're submitting via text, and then reflecting on your thinking after research. So after you have done your research, how did that impact assumptions that you have been making about your project? Then the second part is the design and plan, which is an outline of the intended project goals that you'll be working on. And this varies depending on what kind of a project that you're working on. It could be building, delivering workshops, or building applications, or working with different parts of the community that you're working with. A description of the solution designed. So how are you, what's the solution that you're designing to achieve those project goals? It could be an app. Again, it could be forming a YouTube channel, or designing a product, or having a piece of art. It depends on your project again. And then an overview of ethical considerations. Who are you working with? You know, who is your project aiming to work with, and how are you involving them in the creation and the designing of your project? And then the act and reflect part gives an overview of what have you done, an overview of the actions that you have taken to implement your project, and a reflection on how effective was that project. You know, how was the impact, you know, measuring the impact that you have been able to bring as part of your implementation of the project. And an overview of the challenges you have faced and the key learnings from that. How would you do things differently if you had the chance to do it again? So these three parts summarize the three parts that are needed really for the RISE project. Today, we're looking on part one, and specifically the focus of part one. So in part one, the focus on research. To have a good answer for it, we have three prompts that we are asking you to answer or look at when you're presenting your work. One is, what is the focus for your RISE project, and how does it link to your personal motivation? That's number one. Number two is, what did your research reveal about your project's focus area? Once you have your research, what did you find out? What are your findings? Give us the outcomes of that. And then, how did your research impact your thinking about your focus area? Right. In today's session, we're focusing on the first prompt. What's the focus for your RISE project, and how does it link to your personal motivations? And to kick off the focus area, I thought we can start with a quick question, which you can share some answers with me via the chat, which is, why is it important? Why do you think it's important to have a clear focus area for your RISE project? Why does everyone think that you have, why is it important? And you can use the chat to write your answers, and I'll try and read them out loud. Yeah. Okay, so you can have a clear plan on what to do, correct? So you can have a clear plan on what to do, to have a structure for the whole project. Thank you, Istai. Emily said to have a structure for the whole project, absolutely, so that you understand why you're doing it. That is absolutely correct. To get the proper conclusion, I think we'd be able to create awareness and take action according to the particular challenge being faced, to shape my conclusion properly, to be able to explain our ideas perfectly, not to lose focus. I like it. To be able to understand. Fantastic. So there's a lot over here, which all are going around exactly what we're discussing, and even more, right? So I'm writing I wrote 5 points out here, but this is only a part of addressing of the importance of it. But I'm sure that the points that you've written in the chat even goes much further than that. So first, clarity on what you need to do. And second, clarity on who will be affected. Who are you working with? Is it the students in your school, or is it the residents in your community, in your city, or is it in your country, and so on? Ensuring that the project is doable. And that's even looking at the timeline of RISE and thinking about it's around 3 months. So thinking about whether I can do that within the timeline of the RISE challenge. 4 is checking that the project is ethical, and that's really considering those who will be affected by your project, or who will be using your product if it's a product, and how are you including them alongside, or how will you include them in your project? Are you surveying them before you start the solution, or are you designing it with them in mind? Is it going to be suitable? Is it going to be used? That type of consideration. And we will dive even further in ethical considerations today, and sometimes in the next workshops too. And have consistent guidance and motivation for you. So these are just some of the points that explains why is it important to have a clear focus. I was also reading some of the points down here. The last one is very interesting too. Increased project team morale. So thanks. Great. The next question from my side is, in your opinion, what is a positive social impact? And maybe provide an example if you can, that would be even better. So what is a positive social impact, in your opinion? Helping your community, being able to better someone's life. That is correct. Thank you. Changing the perspectives of someone. Anything which changes life of people positively. Which lives with times people who suffer the most is improved. Make a change for the better, no matter the scale. It's actually making a change, positive change. Helping my community's children find their interests in education. Thank you for sharing that. Helping impact the lives of others in a positive way. Impact the ever-changing the way that perspective that people live in a positive way. Be able doing something that makes a difference, like setting up a food bank. Fantastic. Okay, these are all amazing examples, and as you can see, the diversity of ways in which people can make positive social impact. And that's depending on the context they come from, the background, the needs of the community, or the challenges they're facing, whether it's in a specific field like education, or in a specific area like environmental, and it could be that that specific area is facing environmental change, and how you can bring impact in this. Okay, so the second question is, who creates positive social impact? Who do you think creates positive social impact? Leaders, anyone, depends on the purpose of it. Us, society, everybody, people who try, students, everyone, we all can. People who want to, people like us, every single person. Leaders. Community, society, everybody. Multi-stakeholders. Committed individuals. People who wish to go do good for others, passionate people. Innovators. Fantastic. And that's all, as you can see, as I am reading those answers, who creates positive social impact? There was a lot of characteristics being shared, but is the characteristic of the person that actually create positive social impact? And that also tells you quite a bit about how we are looking into the selection process at RISE, in terms of looking at those with passion, innovators, those people with talent, who are really looking to serve others. So thank you for all of these answers over here. It's all going really good quality answers, so appreciate that. So for the first session today, I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen, or actually before that, let me share with you something up here. This is what it looks, you can still see my screen, right? Yeah, perfect. So this is what it shows when you log into your application. And if you scroll down a little bit here, you'll see the focus and research. And if you click on focus and research, it should be showing you some of the resources that you'll be able to use. And some of that will be the instructions, the think sheets. Think sheets are really important. It will also give you some examples and guidance to work with. And these are the 3 questions that I showed you also in the presentation earlier. And this will be throughout each of the sections. There's resources for each one that you can use in order to continue.